哦，特别多年相亲来当中，一见面到底这公中吧，身体中波到了这个小姐姐被小黄对象在前面我在头接经过的没得解决嘛，我接到我当时是我们年就业。人民的工人坚决交安在我们就坚决保障的这种房间空间，我问你让什么就我送帮这边人民想那个讲，在放到悄悄的东边就干了，这里我们就说，到达这个东边就应该没有咱们路啊，这边的。那么呀，那也给当了当的几个中道当面的那么呢，多个节的给接到嘛，他们几个都到给车的，嗯，good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Everybody, good afternoon.
Ibum Jema Dele.
So maybe you after this Girinta kindly cover short the history of that.
Okay. Um, so then let's see. So then in terms of 아니 tering kerang de ngapchupa ki romachangu ki wang nangire.
Oh.
So then today Drupon is bestowing the Green Tara empowerment from the collection of the 50 empowerments collected by Rigzin Shoki Drakpa, the first Chunsang Rinpoche. And so in terms of the story of Green Tara, it is said that she is the emanation of the compassionate energy of the Buddha Amitabha, and or the Buddha Amitabha, the compassionate energy emanated as Chenrezi. And excuse me, so Chenrezi is the method emanation of the Buddha Amitabha, and Tara is the wisdom emanation of the Buddha Amitabha. And so then in particular, Chenrezi Avalokiteshvara made the promise to work for the benefit of sentient beings until all of cyclic existence was emptied. And so then after he had worked for incalculable numbers of eons, working for the benefit of sentient beings, establishing them in a state of enlightenment, he realized that the number of sentient beings really hadn't become much smaller. And so when he thought about this, from his eyes, tears came. And from those tears, then Tara appeared. And so then, in particular, Tara manifested so that anyone who was terrified and afraid in cyclic existence, so that they would all have a refuge and protection, so that they would be free from fear. Tara manifested to free all of these beings from fear. And so she made that aspiration. And so in this way, she became the kind of like the noble companion for all sentient beings, working for sentient beings. And then within the this is what she is talked about in the 21 praises or prostrations to the 21 taras. And this was taught in the manifestation of Tara Tantra. And in that Tantra, it talks about how her color and her numbers of faces and hands and so forth are, the different types are inconceivable. And all of these manifestations would work for the benefit of sentient beings, essentially.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Terwa Tatu Karsananga to Druma Tanti Tesong, that Jenen Seke, Ningi Kedani, Tenisimjantam de la Ropachi goes on the da, someday Teota, Karsanako Jenen Seglayan, could Nupa Yubi Nayan, could Nupa Jisi ki Utalayan, Koranke Jik Tebatan, Yichetan, Tindi maybe na yang semjian dent about this kaborwa semjian tamjila ti indi tine jik samnela ko humgu yosarwa chik this lo no humgu yosarwa te humgu tine da durmek chik ta tia labre ina yang thonda yang ta me chik hota ne lekat chito sa mari labna tine yang ko meshima jik mari chorang ro pachi gos nanda me kota not keep going be the working no china tin de kota zo te tara tine ri do wa
The test.
Terwa Durma said that Jenen say Kitanga so we just start again. So Jenen say Keta Simjan Ton Chigrawa. In a Simjan Ton Chibi Kavla, the Jenen say Corella Dupa Yorwa, Simjan and Dentobak Dupa Yore. Yinayan Simjan individual Tangonichin, the Monichin Consulta, Regda was seen at Tabatan, Yichetan, Yaman Chingan Gogurwa. In a Simjan to Samala, Simja Koran, the Jeren Kibu dent by Yomarwa. As a Simja Koran lays on a Gogurwa. Simjan lays on a maybe Kablatin, and Simjan in Dent to Guyomares. That in the Yamatobi, that discouraging of Chasigo, Tanya Candide, Takichina, and someone Dent to Gumedo or Sambe Kabla, then it will make a touchy. Penangas Mundogro and Jikendi some Tanga, Leka Chito Samarilana. O Machimbaji Keo Mare National Ropachi, Lekanyam, Lamna, in Tendo, that don't make it in it. Rumata, 20 years old, Nipayu, Natural Ropachi, go up and
So, in particular, if we think about the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, Avalokiteshvara has the power to help sentient beings. He's able to lead sentient beings. If they have the karma and the connection with him, he can guide them to the bhumis, the stages of enlightenment, and all the way to full enlightenment and so forth. However, he is only able to guide sentient beings due to their individual karma and different circumstances. And so Chenrezi Avalokiteshvara, when he was working to benefit all sentient beings, because not all sentient beings had the right circumstances to be guided by Chenrezig, he manifested this discouragement and this frustration because he wanted to help every single sentient being, regardless of their karma and merit. And so in this way, Tara manifested as an emanation who is able to guide and help all sentient beings without exception. And so, for example, if there is a certain type of person and they are not able to accomplish a task, but you need the task to get completed, then you would invite or ask somebody who is able to accomplish that task to come and perform that. And so Tara is the one that has this particular power to help protect all sentient beings without exception.
어디가 나기 따도 따라다 당본 중공도 지나 데려다 냐마다 가서 상제 망보 총리라고 걸어와 단다테 상제로 인하다 가서 상제 샤자토발라고 걸어와 인다고 까와 망보 까와 망보 ngola 되네 상제 nga다 세야지 요레스 상제 nga다 세야지 그 상제 nga데라 되네 다 세모 이현다와 세야지 라테네 상제 nga다라 되네 뭐랑 창조 그 신비 토지 되네 배다 되네지네 되네 뭐랑 그다 디가라 호 소놈 몰람 야 삼자탐지게 공치고 송야오다 되네지 몰람 다바다 안보 드만 중공도 오지 되네이라 보래다
And so it is taught that there have been many Buddhas, and the Buddha of our particular age is known as the Buddha Shakyamuni. And before Shakyamuni, there was this Buddha known as Ngada. Marwa?
Ngada, the five, Ngada.
Oh, Ngad. So the fifth Buddha, the Shakyamuni.
Not really fifth Buddha, but this name is just Ngada, that's just name.
So, okay, so, yeah, I guess we, so at the time of the Buddha Ngada, which was a previous Buddha before the Buddha Shakyamuni.
Yeah, before like a long time, like what called this
eons.
Eons or different eons.
So the Shakyamuni is from this eon, but in previous eons, long time ago, in a galaxy far away. Not in a galaxy far away, but a long time ago. There was the Buddha Ngada. And so Ngada, at the time of that Buddha, he had like a sister, and this sister at that time made...
this Semo is this king's daughter, basically. Semo, not Semo.
Oh, Gyalpoki.
Yeah, actually Princess Yishindawa.
Oh, so there was a princess, excuse me. So there was this princess known as Yeshidrawa, the wisdom net. And so this, or web of wisdom. So this princess, Yeshidrawa, at that time made the aspiration, may I be able to accomplish benefit for all sentient beings. And so this was Tara in this eon in a long time past. She made this aspiration, and then later, based on that aspiration, she became Tara, the Buddha Tara, to be able to work for the benefit of sentient beings.
Also, there is the Yorwa, the data, Buddha personally, Sanji Mombo Yori, Ngala, Ambo Mora Yang took Jibe Gabla Pumora. In a Ombalaya, Sentient the Pontiala, Pumu Kita, Ketachina, the Moran Sombre, Persea, Pumosea, the reality, your maris. In a young that later level, Carsenaya, Popumoyorwa. In the Indu, Maranke, Pumuk so same net, Sentient Ponchi in Is.
So also, at the time of this Buddha Ngada, she further also made the aspiration. She had this realization. Ultimately, there is no gender. Male and female are just concepts, and the ultimate nature of gender. There is no gender in the ultimate nature of reality. However, in order to be an inspiration for sentient beings, she made the vow to manifest as a female manifestation of enlightenment to help sentient beings.
我在听的，这里他讲堂啊，说他去开始的课，搞完忙不了，这里准备给他申请通气要的，他这个能一他谈谈这个因为那样，就我呢准备去我说他来就准备了，他开始过来说话代表准备去年来起为那样，可那个样经验，而且你那啥来说吧，西头巴当，他都样，这里就他把他们准备过毛头，他把听的听的个有啥的意思。
So then for many eons after that, there has been the manifestation of Tara, the enlightened female Buddha, who has worked for the benefit of sentient beings. And so when we pray to Tara, temporarily, she is able to help us and help us become free from obstacles and so forth temporarily, and then ultimately she can help guide us to enlightenment itself.
我在店里，他这来同意，他我做，他让学个学问那一类，他做开始呢，我做了开始的 protection 我会有的，是什么方面呢？他我做去做我做干业点点的我的，开始呢，他这个马来巴的店呢，这大显示要的对他恰当的，你恰当的，他你讲学问那一类，我做还可以有的。 因那样，个就他恰当的参下呀，或者就跟你这样的恰当恰的了的，开始我做他可比那样，他同样恰当的他两个多啊，或者留下的他，我呢就把钱了我就恰的了的，第一个那第二样我交不了钱过来了哇，就恰当的看了 reduce 今年做你把的，就多么年龄钱为呢，多没给的呢，让给年龄钱哇当。 这个呢，也去这个没给他，做到你把那点那样，的恰当这个来老嘛，都特别的用有啥的意思。
So then, as we were talking about earlier, we have on the path all different types of problems and difficulties that we need protection from. And ultimately, we need to seek to overcome our ignorance, our concepts of self and other, our attachment and our aversion. And we need to let them go in order to gain full realization and recognition of the true nature of things. And so as we are engaged in this process, then different types of obstacles can occur. And so as a skillful method to alleviate and clear away those obstacles, we can practice Tara. And when we practice Tara, then this empowers us with the strength and energy to overcome all such obstacles and difficulties.
我的店里，我的店里， So first we're going to informants. Before you have some questions, comments.
There might be people online,
Okay.
but it's hard for me to see them. Right. Any real life questions?
One time I heard that other female saints or whatever, that are recognized around the world are also emanations of the green tar, like Our Lady of Guadalupe, that you commonly see here in Tucson.
Oh, okay.
Hakos de
Like
Chetan de Zambolin la de Somo Chemo de Nangchu Chikpo Mare de Pache Yeshu que de Mozart que Pomo de Lady Guadalupe
Really.
Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Droma que Tropa Drabores.
대중구도 대dem바래 대중도 되네다 줄메게 semchen 통치야라 배는가 존저위나다 21 알아요리 대가나 이게 지 로직 텐송공 근데 다 드라마 두 해석 요라 semchen 통랑가 드라마 접근세야지 요라 두가지 어디 대송래 드라마케 투바 텐데라 고 장래 대바 용그래라도 semchen 통치야라 ko tenten tene ko durme ke tu yung segres hi metsi bala ta je durme ke ta durma ki ko mare sanje ta changjo simbe ke ko tu bala je semchen ke phan thoya la ko ji tu ba dam manda chi ne samle ko semchen ko na thundo no yin ba chi ne yo ni tu te mo la la na yi tenten ke durme tu ba te yung segres wa
So this is true. Tara does emanate in all different types of ways. And for example, in the Buddhist tradition, there it was just mentioned there are these praises to the 21 different emanations of Tara. That is one version of seeing all the different types of emanations of Tara. Jigten Sungam, the founder of the Drikung tradition, in particular, he had a vision of the 7 Taras. And so there are all these different ways of seeing Tara herself having these various emanations to work for the benefit of sentient beings. And so we should understand that Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and their emanations can emanate in all different types of ways, like different holy people and saints and so forth. And even they can manifest, it is said, as even like animals and so forth can be emanations of such like holy beings and Buddhas.
Cool. No, that gana yitne da drone ke da duari bena duum ke achi and awina drone duari. Ah, ko dube ke na ke duba se growa. Tene da zo je ngone ko karse na chang this not ordinary mind this belief hirachi to ya yomaro nga to ta be tandarang kesi kora me ki ton ma to ichi chi ya hira yomaro. ina ngone chia khawore dina ya ta tanda ngone ji thandarang ji achi ke ko ji mus bene ten da ti yoro conso protection chia la ngo thang ju be ko ne so tang ga hi be da ji ngo ne be da mon do ya yong chi de ne ro pa chi yo wa ga hi shock de da shock la na da nga ngo su tong ma re yin na yang ko jing ya kwa ji se ya tong da du ya ka ri na ya shock de ne chi yo wa
Yeah, achi yang droma nikar. So, in particular, in the Drupon Kagyu tradition, one of the emanations of Tara was Achi Choki Droma, the great grandmother of Jigten Sungong, who gave birth in this way to the lineage. And so sometimes when we pray to Achi and so forth, or we pray to Tara, the manifestations of their energy, their help, and so forth, it isn't always easy to just see. And then sometimes, like in the case of Achi, it's an actual person that manifests to help sentient beings directly. And then other times, though we might pray and so forth, and just naturally our obstacles and different fears and sufferings are cleared away, but we don't see the actual manifestation. It is just the energy of Tara and other enlightened beings.
Like for instance, the holiness Chetan, which he tried to skip from Tibet to India, so on along the path. So this the Himalayas, the small mountain, big. So this cannot passing the mountains. This like on the crack, giant cannot cross. So he first died. So he impossible to pass the mountain. But then he tried to return Tibet, but it very dangerous, if to return Tibet. So this may be put in jail or killed him. So, but then he tried to walk, but then he looked back again in the mountain. So then he saw one woman passing the mountain. So he thought, oh, how, so just how? So then he changed the mind. Oh, maybe it must be some different way. So then he tried again. There are no car. Just he quickly at the top of the mountain. So then he's kind of really surprised. Oh, where's the woman? Just he kind of looking around, like nowhere. So that's kind of Achi, protect. And also the reason is interesting. So that's probably true. So the Vietnamese woman, he went to the Tibet and Dung area. So he was probably sick, but maybe sick attitude, so very difficult. And he wanted to really see the Achi temple. So Achi temple up the mountain, probably nobody going in Tibet, right? But yeah, this is really high, like a bit, So he just prayed Achi, and he cannot walk. So suddenly he said there are 4 women, young women come up, show up. Oh, I can take you. So the kind take up is carrying that is all the way to the Achi temple. She's very happy, So okay, so then just he turned around, he looked at the wallet, so like he wanted something, give the money. Yeah, so he just wallet the bag, all gone. So that's kind of like possible. So these days, so sometimes we can look, long time ago, this happened, that happened. But these days, maybe not, but not like that, so many stories, so so if we, faith and trust and practice, in Achi. So Achi or whatever Tara is always there, you know. So that is not long, no need to long term, but still right now. So, yeah. Okay, so now we are going to actual improvement. So we first giving the main improvement. So repeat after me once and maybe English once. Lo Gong, Gong Su So,
Gonsuso,
Dala,
Dala,
Jumdende,
Chongdende,
Drumman Jianghu,
Joma Jangu,
Kusung Toji,
Kusung Toki,
Yesu Nongwa,
Jesu Long,
Sartu So.
Sauduso. So then, Master, please heed me.
Master, please heed me.
Please confer upon me
Please confer upon me
the enlightened body, speech, and mind
the enlightened body, speech, and movement
of the female conqueror,
of the female
Green Tara.
green Tara.
Master, please heed me.
Master, please heed me.
Please confer upon me
Please confer upon me
the enlightened body, speech, and mind
the enlightened body, speech, and movement
of the female conqueror,
of the female
Green Tara.
green Tara.
Okay, so now, so you visualize. So I think you guys, everybody familiar, Tara. So you visualize getting Tara. And then, so that is we call for your nature or Tara or Samaya, Tara, whatever, you know, so Tara. And then another I can reading here some, and then ring the bell. During that time, so another we invite Tara from the Devajian or Pure Land. So then invite and merging into you or into us. So then kind of become inseparable. You are Tara, your mind, or your Samaya Tara, or wisdom Tara. So right now, so I said, ultimately is your mind and the Tara's mind, or nature of the mind, is no different. At the same time, so we form, so we are is kind of form is the samsara, right? Samsara, so rain. So Tara is pure land. So this internally no different, and we and Tara, or we call this Lama's mind or Tara's mind or your mind is no different. But same time, physically it's a little bit different. So we have more obscurations. So we're born here. So that's why we right now. So important is kind of like connections right now, even though we have like physically, ordinary physically body. So we try to merging into the wisdom data. So that's you visualize yourself getting data, and then so we can ring the bell, make up a chanting, and then ring the bell. That moment, the wisdom data like dissolves into you. But actually, this is just kind of visualization. But the kind of ordinary concept, we have to do something, you know, because we not believe, you know. But the ultimate level is that I don't know, maybe they're not far away or something. Here, probably not. With some data is here, you know. So this also Bema Sambhava said, I am in the side, in the house, or I am in the door. Also Buddha Shakyamuni said, oh, I am in the door. So door means basically that means just with you close. Kind of, he said same room or same house. So that means that basically is here. But we kind of like ordinary mind is dualistic, good, bad, far away, short. So that's kind of we can learning. Okay, now sort of like look up at better, confident. Oh, okay, now stars coming, and dissolve me. So maybe already your merging data there, but ordinarily we cannot see. So like kind of remind again. So that's that. Okay, so there what I thought, maybe one more, that's a very important part too. So, 한가선들이 omega 소바 와셔다 살바다는 소바 와셔다 하세요. 데 개체 뭐라와. that 가르치기 위해서나 that put into reality 개체거라. that 단단한 ordinary keeping a body and ordinary. 타대와 텔라. 얘네 직당가서 만통 와라와. 직템비 만통 와다. Then human dualistic concept. Teniji yore tindu pe yuvatela ta chi omosoba wa shoda sarvada mosoba wa shoda han la de tene chi tangi kita ngatso chi chapa tan zimba tan tangwa tan jikten de la por chi ta to sama ta ranji chi pa ta ne ta ngone chi ton tambe ngowo la ro 당 공휴나 이래 당 당쇼비 휴나 이때 직 돈이 닌게 중족다 모티가나네 다 모티가나 샤요라 다티 딩모티 샤차베 휴라 다 라야 따라 차디 요르와 어티인다 티니지 차송 섬네 오마소보시도 서버다 모소보시도 하나네 티게르테네 다 라이가 따라 차송 상관없지 체가 라이 차게 요래 이나 고 차게 요래라 대가 나이 고 차송 상관 티니지 나네 tissue the bill topic yang wisdom dara again wisdom dara tenso some this.
So then this mantra Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha Ham is very important. Essentially what it refers to is clearing away all concepts into their ultimate nature, which is the intrinsic purity, the ultimate pure nature of reality. And so when attachments, aversions, and so forth are recognized in their inherent pure ultimate nature, when we see their true essence, it is none other than the union of emptiness and compassion. And so when we recognize this essence of all reality, this underlying emptiness and compassion, then naturally, automatically, we are Tara. When all dualistic fabrications are cleared away, we are naturally Tara. And so here, we do this visualization of inviting the primordial wisdom Tara and so forth to dissolve into us and so forth like that. However, when we clear away all dualistic concepts through this mantra, as symbolized by this mantra, Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha Ham, then naturally, when we recognize the ultimate nature of reality, we are Tara.
Om Bengane da Beda Om Be Om Soba wa Shoda Sarva Dharma Soba wa Shoda Ham Ha Domba Ni de Jora Dombe Nga Sungin Kolo Yang Be Usu Davi Jin Kora Je Den Tu Davi Jin Kora Je Den Tu Drupon Jamo Bema Davi ke den la tam le obe ngbo tam jen chamba yong su chor ba le rani phangma drumman jang bo margi da 他你言确金刚用欧巴雷语万人把剑他们去剑进集中，昂的修吧，集中的修吧，集中的修吧。集中的修吧，一些节生吧，集中的修吧，代表是集中的修边，修吧，太大的这边他那么就我们这边啊，宁可让红龙不送不了我在这边。让一节年的光巴当着我一些节生吧，你这节对到了特别健康，当然了，可把好吧的，前让他们节六啊一种了，是点吧。是等不了，就是他的亲啊，比现在你们娘娃等不了，就业工作的长帮子，的长帮子，的长帮子。他听的他前两说，哦，这里这个那日嘛，一前两是他们在什么当一些什么你个健康对吧？你是那个你就是没办法，变不的没恰从什么那么事。
So then, with this, imagine that the primordial wisdom nature of Tara and our own Samaya commitment, visualized nature of Tara become completely inseparable, and that becomes stabilized and unchanging.
今天他接他那是他这个王金刚个的那么叫我这你去王多的，他叫我这你去王那这个没去王了，那我是他可过呀这个，还得要了那我说他接他王这都过去王去请他不当，就把当，天天去就没去请了用个了哇，一那样的做切晓得看了什么当个的了呢？我说。nam ju ha mao wa nyong mo ba te demba yin ba ro ji be shedan demba yin ba ti ke ji shedan ke ta ji sin rang de wa te la so be ke te ne jing do cha shedan te mo nga jar a cha do te da tam chi la te ne ji ngo wo tong ba yin ba te ni ji la te ne ji nyong mo ba nga te ne ta wa na be ka le yi xie nga jor song se ya te ja wa nga ja wa re ni Lleva regna chaya teletini, humbe wando chali ores.
So then, when we receive the empowerment, there are part of it is the empowerment of the five Buddha families, and so we receive this as part of the base empowerment. And we can also look at empowerments as a way to enter into the blessings, in this case, the blessings of Tara and so forth. However, one of the main things to recognize, though, is that what is happening is that our afflictive emotions that we have not recognized, our anger, our desire, our ignorance, our pride, our jealousy, when we recognize the intrinsic essence of those afflictive emotions as emptiness, when we see the emptiness of these afflictive emotions as they truly are, then these afflictive emotions are naturally liberated into the five primordial wisdoms. And so, even though we have outwardly these symbolic empowerments of the five Buddha families and so forth, ultimately, the essence of the empowerment is recognizing the five primordial wisdoms, the ultimate pure nature of the five afflictive emotions.
Okay. Oh, jo, lo bong jie tu ga ne, wu jie qiu ju jia wan ko ro tang jie ba nang wang ge la ren na. Yom xie, yom xie, chang jiao sen ba, sen ma zhou wo, chong mong na man du jian nong gan jian, tang me de gu gu ba de de zong, me de de gu ba de de zong, me de la ge ba de de. 我们当跟那把地子，我们的里边的把地子也说，好多人渐上去了，这个就比这个样，有那就那他到了这的做些路况接受过的比较。往开公办在讲究什么能接这些就讲究什么能接都接了，然后能接给对，出门能接悄悄中，啥也不讨，我们能。老妹等老大当街，老妹开等头都当间菜花等拉手包等啥也没到。可是我们当街吧，恰然别把用些恐怕个不强求个什么讲究什么让一都在。最健康啊，送的经济有为最多老妈老王个别没帮助。给王国的那个路，王国都是借钱不能，刚松把也下借包，上借跟借上松借，你连中已经把家往啥瓦的当个的，俺别看个的。萨玛呀耶耶，我天爷爷黄血王国的这些军队了，刚这么大小那么简单就我，我这街道不叫我你姐未见把就老方街对街那种人。往来洋洋花大街把南那没好高高南太阳把人走，不总说网络在天灵波大，几天总能广播这帮总帮人上街边买进的钱啊哇，这几天给这些当波，这些得讲听的来，我说把这张把这也说哇。也就是那位刘结官的啥别什么我家等这当街把大个也弄就是我没留把头，那也刘结人。南东宋教正把公巴郎，这个结果见得几把银，超上放松一大松，那这当的绿结果呢
De tar Jesu nangwa,
？
de lapna.
我太懒了，这个样子叫我太懒了，这个太
De Jesu nangwa chiko.
嗯
Uh-huh. And so then having been granted consent in this way, defilements and propensities accumulated through the body together with their fixation are purified. All the consent and blessings of enlightened form without exception are obtained. One is empowered to meditate on the body according to the stages of generation of the deity, that is, the non-dual union of emptiness and appearance.
提送给接受单位同等的监督就是now the important blessing for the speech. So there maybe there is one repeat. 罗见真吧，光说说，
Gonsuso,
大年多了，
Dani Drola,
天东头，
Pendundu,
俺就往口，
Ngaki Wankur,
一些去，
Yeshiche,
我这点吧，
Mudrup Terwa,
大了做，
Dalaso. Vajra holder, please heed me. For the benefit of migrating beings, please bestow upon me the actual accomplishments of the great wisdom, empowerment of speech. Vajra holder, please heed me. For the benefit of migrating beings, please bestow upon me the actual accomplishments of the great wisdom, empowerment of speech.
ทีนี้ถ้าเธอเพจจุดลำนั้นเด็กสาวทีนี้โลพงเกลวะโลพงลาลบนี่ข้าสตาลำมาทางลำมันนี่ยาละถ้าหลายสิ่งอยู่วะหลายสิ่งตัวมันสิ่งอยู่เดสที่สิ่งเนี่ยทีนี้โลพงจิทุกข์เนี่ยงานถึงสองวันทางเจ็บเลยถ้ามันไม่เจ็บเลยนี่คือถ้าเจ็บเจ็บเลยเจ็บโดนนี่คือสู้ตัวงานถึงสองวันทางเจ็บตัวเนี่ยเห็นเนี่ยทงทีนี้ถ้าเรามันนำเจเคนาวาเย่พะถ้านาวาเสร็จถ้าทีนี้เย่งเราเสร็จทีนี้เห็นตัวเขาถ้าที่นาวาเราก็มาตั้งแต่ที่สกัมฟิซิงดูทีนี้ถ้าเราคงเห็นเนี่ยทงชิลานังเห็นตัวเขาทีนี้ยังการเทียมบ่าวเทียมสองสามนังเดส
So then, now for this empowerment, this empowerment of enlightened speech, please visualize yourself and the Vajramaster in the form of Tara. And so, at the heart of the Vajramaster as Tara, around the seed syllable, Tam, there is the mantra circling. And from that, a separate mantra chain emanates out and rises up the Vajramaster's central channel and comes out of his mouth and streams through the air into our mouths. And so this is like candle flames. Each syllable is clear and luminous. And so then that mantra enters our mouth, goes down into our central channel to our heart center and circles around the seed syllable. And so in this way, we receive the mantra from the Vajramaster as Green Tara into ourselves, also as we visualize ourselves as Green Tara.
Om Tare,
Om Tare,
Du Tare,
Tare,
Tore, Soha,
So,
Om Tare,
Om Tare,
Du Tare,
Tare,
Tore,
Ture,
Soha,
So,
Om Tare,
Om Tare,
Du Tare,
Tare,
Tore,
Ture,
Soha,
So,
Om Tare,
Tare,
Du Tare,
Tare,
Tore,
Ture,
Soha,
Soha,
Om Tare,
Om Tare,
Du Tare,
Tare,
Tore,
Ture,
Soha.
Soha.
Jim den da ge da la jie de lang go ren zi de zo nga jian wo zhao da le zo de you de bu ren zi de zo zhen lian zuo ban zi de zo ti yan ye wang ge wei jiu ra mei you wa yan ji de zo ma zha yin ha da mi jiu ba jiu jie tang ba jie ge nang la xie jie bian de nen ji tian ge ge zhang xi ni bao de xi de jiang ting de de lai zo om sun ba di ran ba da ye zo te da ra ye se nang ye ma ke bo ne za bei de za bei chen ma ga jia ten zi dang jie ba ta song ye ji se nang ma le ba to sa nga ye sang a cha tong song jiu ke ren ba da wa lao an de ge long gen de ke ba jian de ji ba yin no.
So then, having been granted consent in this way, defilements and propensities accumulated through speech, together with their fixation, are purified. All of the consent and blessings of enlightened speech without exception are obtained, and one is empowered to recite the deity's secret mantra, which is the inseparable union of sound and emptiness.
头给几时弄啊？那位懂得是玩的办的监督，就是他天的头给他监囊学起的了，你监督监囊个的是。
So then now for the empowerment of the enlightened mind, there is a request. So please recite this prayer requesting the enlightened mind empowerment after me.
都见证吧，
Dorje
公司做，
Gongsuso
大年做了，
Dani Drola
天东的，
Hendundu
把我都接，
Pao
Lo
Dorje,
Bongji,
Lo Bonji,
Longjo Dingzi,
Longchon Tenzin,
Jie Zor,
Kedu Sol, Vajra Holder, please heed me.
Please hear me.
Courageous Vajra Master,
Courageous Vajra Master.
please cause me to generate
Please cause me to generate
the supreme mind of meditative stabilization
the supreme mind
for the sake of migrating beings. Vajra Holder, please heed me.
Please hear me.
Courageous Vajra Master,
Courageous Vajra Master.
please cause me to generate
Please cause me to generate
the supreme mind of meditative stabilization for the sake of migrating beings.
Nyanzidu Zorostine, Lopon, Ketar, Sivi Tokanesta, Lopon Sivi Toki, Dormik Tokane, Son, Letine, Wazerji, Tubares Tokane. There was a true ne da, Chicken Katochina, the chicken Dunji, Yordan in a Jetanta, 3 stages in Sarvatan, no was Amma. Tene, so young fly yore, Tene, or non camera Dunji fly yore. Donma yorwa, then channels of Donmadawa, Tienita, Tambo, a cato, Tene, Lopon che toccano channels on Dona degree, Yamana dan Duji Kla, Sale, Tene, Lopon che toccano Duji Kla, Sane, Tene, was a chance to took upon and degree Sari, and the end of that, Cheba Sumari. Dunji, near Zomji, Habu Pugane, Tamchine, Sarang, Dawang, and Song. Number la so ba de mi ba chung lo ma nang hla de zibi lunga yi zom la tenbi lunga yi zom tang tene da dun me ke kusung to yer me to chorwa mo ba tang ji ba tingin zi la tha ji nyam ba chong so us.
So then, for this visualization, there are 3 stages in a way. We visualize the Vajra Master as Green Tara. We also visualize in the space before us, there is a second visualization of Green Tara in the space, and then we ourselves are also Green Tara. So there are 3 stages in this way. And so we imagine that from the heart center of the Vajra Master as Green Tara, light rays radiate out to the green Tara in the space between us. And from that green Tara, all sorts of light rays representing the blessings of body, speech, and mind, hand implements, mantra garlands, and all sorts of other symbolic enlightened forms then stream forth and merge into our body, filling up all, melting and merging into our pores, so that we become completely filled with the blessings of enlightened body, speech, and mind, which completely transform our ordinary body, speech, and mind into enlightened body, speech, and mind.
I think also this number Hagres, from Hagres.
So then with this, we will evenly rest for a period of time.
te dara jise nome go ne sobe wacha tene jise yi je go ne sabe tema wacha tene dang je ba da to je nong wa jise ma liu wa to sem la ye go song do rang yi zhe tong song jiu zheng ba gong ba lang de ge chu gen zhou bei ge ba jian de qi ba yin nong sa.
So then, um, having been granted consent in this way, defilements in and propensities accumulated through the mind, together with their fixation, are purified. All the consent and blessings of enlightened mind, without exception, are obtained, and one is empowered to meditate on mind as the inseparable union of clarity and emptiness that is the nature of the deity's mind.
就就那小别总接到讲究什么，他们接到了工作做了，老公到了工作做了，到明天起叫过来，天天的送的强调，英国人去叫过来的，从几岁这么一当头送血糖，送的你的心，几年等到我叫我们就弄不会，这一叫一拿头就这个这一。但这对面头接这些说，就是个从头接这些说，你没得来，怎样的来，你没供养的来呗，你知道的来，咱们那光桥中接这些特想听的来就。到了第次这么讲，就往后来把它头的上上给准备对现这种，把人的监督做不起来个，做不得到东西打给你。 Kayo me bawa subo kayo me bawa ana me bawa sarva siddhi me baraya sarva karma sadhana me zai sheyang guru Bhagavan Sevadadan Banzara Mimanda Deva Mahasamaya Sadhu Eda Romanja Umuke Thì cô xuân thuộc kể ta chỉ mà thì cho xong đó Proximbares.
So now you have all received the empowerments of the enlightened body, speech, and mind of green Tara.
Thì ta chỉ tăng chính là chẳng số sinh lưu gì đấy thì người ta ngã số maybe look about practice or maybe look about talking about the mantra, Dare tu Dare Tore. So ha si ti thonda ta je thang thonda mongbo yo sa de chuk sti kashi ji la means.
So then Drupon is going to talk some about the mantra Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, and there are many different aspects to the meaning of this.
Or maybe we can look about 5 minutes break. Yeah, maybe need a half to
Okay. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just realized it's birthday. It's an annual Earth Day.
Oh, and Earth Day.
Yeah.
Green Tara Earth Day.
See, green Earth, green Tara. You got it.
That's a good combination.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, one time we did the Earth Day, like planting trees or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I love the all of the whatever permacultures
Right,
that
yeah.
you've invested in or put your hearts into in Florida.
Right, yeah.
It's very beautiful, yeah. And I think Virginia's father has a lot to do with it.
Right. So we actually
Yeah.
lot of planting some a lot of fruit trees. But interesting too. Yeah, there's maybe they're frozen, 2-3
Oh, yeah.
days. So that kind of big changes.
This year.
All the young trees,
Yeah. You had a freeze.
Yeah, freeze.
Yeah.
Then once a freeze or twice freeze.
Same thing happens here if it gets a little too cold.
Right. So this little bit, one night or 2 nights.
Yeah. Yes, I know.
Yeah, come back, but then trees looks beautiful, very healthy, but then freeze, and then particular, I think, palms or mango trees and papaya trees. Papaya trees grow. That's it. But they can grow, come back, but
it may take a few years.
no, not really, but kind of completely just the new things grow. So it looks like completely almost kind of become new trees,
Right. And I love this time of year because the blossoms from the fruit trees makes it smell ambrosial,
Right. That's
especially like orange trees, angelic trees.
Yes.
Jasmine is starting to bloom.
Yeah, I have jasmine, but it's not good.
Really, I
It's
know.
not very healthy.
It's a little rugged.
Yeah.
So his table, so his table, I don't know, something kind of decoration things.
Great.
Well, not with them, but I don't know. Probably very old.
Looks like that. Oh, I didn't see this green tile.
All right.
That's very nice.
It is Joe Ford.
Yeah, John. Yeah, so maybe we'll just use this as a center and stop searching for a center.
All right. This is, I don't know. He's the willing to, so he use that's perfect size.
It is, yeah.
And bathrooms.
Lots of parking.
Yeah, they're convenient. Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
That's just pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, get this guy out of here. So now I can check. So Helene is on.
Okay.
Remember Helene?
Yeah.
And then Cheryl too,
Okay.
both longtime practitioners of this. And then someone called iPhone. I don't know who that is.
Right, okay. iPhone is very popular.
What were you saying? There was.
So there's Cheryl
Mhm.
and Helene
Yeah,
and iPhone.
iPhone, okay.
That iPhone goes around.
Yeah. iPhone is quite a traveler.
So now iPhone is the company. I don't know, the India make different way to making iPhone here.
Mhm.
So I was in Vietnam. So we have iPhone 40, right? 40, just only the
14, yeah.
eSIM. So we can not the physical SIM, SIM card,
It's the eSIM card.
only SIM, eSIM.
Oh. Hmm.
But India, they made iPhone 40 eSIM, and they can put the physical SIM card.
They can do either one.
Yeah, they
Or
can
both,
do
right?
both,
Or both, yeah.
but here don't.
You know. Sometimes, we invent these things and then other people do them better,
All right. But of course, maybe in the US, maybe no need, but if you're somebody traveling,
Mhm.
then no, with this SIM card, then very difficult.
Mhm.
But also I have that actually, it's more a different home, I can buy, but all the contact, everything is
Is in, yeah,
my home. So, and then the difficulty, so no SIM card. No, before with SIM card, very easy, just change the SIM card, that's it. So
Mhm.
just very simple.
yeah.
No.
And I think some of the phones, like the Google Pixel, you could do multiple SIM cards.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm an iPhone guy.
Oh,
So,
but not that phone.
pardon me? Yeah, but apparently not the iPhone guy. I mean, I'm kind of a Luddite. I recently switched out of my iPhone 6. I started to put it back to like, you can have this app, it won't work on this whole phone, so.
Maybe you close,
Got a new phone.
maybe you close the door, maybe sometimes I think.
This door?
Yeah, sometimes flies come and go.
Oh, yeah.
Feel locked, but maybe someone was just knocked.
Like, I think, maybe probably nobody come now.
Fox.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
So Fox. Oh, yes. It's out. Yeah.
Doors locked, doors closed.
Must be nice.
Very nice. No, but I just. It just.
Are you comfortable enough where you're sitting? The reason I ask is those small cushions are kind of soft, but then there's a whole bunch of other.
Oh.
Very really one cushion out here.
Ta chỉ tăng ngọ là ta đare tore bỏ sna bdo tiền ta chỉ tăng se ya tăng ta chỉ so se ya đâu tăng thì cái này yang chỉ hong pi se ya đâu ta都sama chỉ ngọ sang miền go the huge to be control who you says.
So then when it comes to the mantra of Tara, Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, or Svaha. Here, Om and Svaha are parts of the beginning and the ending of mantras that many different mantras begin with Om and end with Soha, or some end with Hong and so forth. So the Om and the Swaha are part of common mantra formulations.
Thế ta ôm thì chỉ thằng ngã số ta chỉ ngã nan đen cái thì ta chỉ leading the ngã đầu thì đi làm cái đó cái gì.
So some describe the syllable Om as the syllable that commences a mantra. It leads the rest of the mantra.
이거는 이 단어 좀 어떤 동도 가서 또 가서 사도 도바들라 다 컨디스 로고 스나트네 지 사티 게트네 지 고송 톱데 아고 줌게 강사 거랑게 인 드롭네 지 사이 고송 톱 드롭 토야 어 트니지 게 다치탕 나 정말 트니지레스.
So one way of thinking about what mantras allow us to do is mantras allow us through reciting and connecting with the mantra, we are able to accomplish the enlightened body, speech, and mind of the particular Buddha or deity that we are practicing.
어떤데 이제 다 기타 가서 이게 옴세야 달라 슬리볼로 지 소미오레스 베나 이게 너무 옴나 따위나 ini kaala tene lekoti yorwa kurgoti tene naro ne as ing sondwa o tene ta tela tene ji ta khari tene kusum to songyo es en legoda wote tene ko naro da wote song anda wote ta body sana ta tok lamna diwa.
So if we look at, for example, the syllable Om, particularly the Tibetan syllable Om, at the top of the Om syllable, there is a circle, like a kind of like a nada. And so that circle is one part, and then the next part is the vowel syllable that makes it an O. It's called a naro, that is below the circle. It's kind of like a wave, or almost looks like a V. And then below that is the Tibetan A syllable. So you have these three components. And so that top circle can be looked at as enlightened body. The naro vowel sign can be looked at as enlightened speech, and the a syllable, the body, can be looked at as enlightened mind. That's one way of looking at the Om syllable.
The actual mentality kasi tare yatravada oni tarangati. That in tare siyateta echengota chichina durmemeng tara siya tare siya chichina chikwain sari ina yada chita dela tare siya dela ta koya tare sena materita pecheta durmalana digre ina yang pamo siya ti tongko go ya pawa wawu yoro pamo siya
Pommel. So the actual mantra of Tara after the Om syllable is Tare tu Tare. So this Tare, we can, on one hand, this is Tara's name. It's Tara. In Tibetan, the name of Tara is Droma. And so this Tare we can think of as the name of Tara, or Droma. And in Tibetan it means like the female liberator, just as a note. But another way of looking at this Tare is that it means we can say the heroine, the female hero, the warrioress. So it it means this heroic female.
다디 제타레 티다 맞서 심지에 통치발라 근데 빠오지 고구로와 심지에 통치라 근데 대중도와 닌지 첨부 셈 첨부 마차나 뭐 중중 이거 셈 중중 지나 아디는 통로토고 말와 달라양 지 딱딱 세야들 간디치는 딱 요래라위는 nga saya ji yo na nga le chi zi lo gre nga se gre nga ya bo yung ma re nge ka le kha do se nga me na ta 100% power wa ko nga la khana khena ka yo ma da nga la jing do ya yo ma re nga la no ba tang do ya yo ma re nga la kha ya nu do ma ta ko khari na nga me na te 100% ka se na ko samjang ko chi to gro nga yo na sang do ta nga ka le kha do ta chi to so ma re sam gro wa te kindi ke 다 빠모 남나 되게 루마이나 되는데 삼자 남지야 대한국이요나 근데 대양 지가와 근데 로호미는 대한국 말와 바라타 통나 징도 차도 그래서 루마람나다 빠모람나.
So in this way, Tara is a hero. And so if you're going to save all sentient beings, you need to be a hero for sentient beings. Heroes have great compassion and great aspirations. They think big. It's heroic to want to save all the beings. If you have a small mind, a small selfish mind, you're not going to want to put yourself out there and save all sentient beings. It won't happen. And so when we have small minds, we think about, oh, me, and oh, what's best for me, and oh, it would be difficult if I set, myself on this big task to save all beings. That's not going to be good for me. There might be terrifying things in the way. There's things to be afraid of. And so when we think about I and me, we close our mind off and we become small. But when we let the I, the me go, when we destroy the I, when we let go of ego, then our minds naturally become heroic. When we become selfless, then naturally we want to work for the benefit of all beings. So the heroic mind is inherently selfless in this way. And so Tara is, we can call her, Tara, the liberator. Or we can also think of Tara as the hero, the guide for all sentient beings.
我的点的这趟他提的呢，这趟我说他几把没话了，但英米是呀的，他 hero scenario，几把没话 scenario，他提过几把没话当 hero 的肯定是吃过些呢，当个当子没呢，大等子把没呢，他 hero 吃啥玩哇？ hero mata omo chata bare ega na yin zimba mina ta ko tiri da victory ko jar tha ba da hamro ayo mar he o ta ko winner do chata ro te kya ri yores ta nga so da zimba yona da ko tele kyan chi ne ta ko no ba na so yung gro wa te nyama ji loser cha se gro wa.
So injige labna dene test chopse drawore. But so when we don't have any fear and when we have the aspirations to help all beings, we are naturally a hero. How does this happen? When we don't have any self-clinging, when we don't have this fixation on an I and concerns about ourselves, then we have this natural heroic mind. There is nothing to lose because we are free from all self-clinging and attachment. So in this way, we are naturally victorious. When we have nothing to lose, we are naturally victorious. We can accomplish everything within that. But instead, when we hold on to a concept of an I, when we hold on to a concept of an ego, then we are a loser.
So we one day become loser, right? All loser.
I, I think Drupon's meaning is that we have something to lose, but sounds kind of funny. Drupon was the one who used the term loser. Uh, so,
That means tare, right? Tara, what that is mean.
so Tara is the opposite of a loser. She is
Mm.
the hero.
And that then two is a two tare. That two tare, sino ta ine ka two tare tore so two tare. Or that two tare is a two tare. Two tare seatela. Japan jikwa guni serwa so jikwa dam tikli serwa.
Sewa, the moon cell, Sewa.
Oh yeah, serwa. Oh yeah, prepare right.
So, um, so then in the mantra of Tara, there's the Om Tare, and then there's Tu Tare. So then that Tu Tare, that refers to clearing away all fears, clearing away all terrors, everything terrifying.
그냥 갈세나다 지파 가리스나 네라 소바다 제가 네라 소베기 때문에 제킨 지파다 다디 돌마니 책나나 테소 protection 치사티니 요로와 티나카다 지파 지타 주도블라 소바다 이니라 job to 그레스.
So then, what are these fears? What are these terrors? These are things like sickness, the different terrors of the elements and so forth. And so there's different descriptions of like the 8 great terrors, the 16 terrifying things, and so forth. And so this tutare represents clearing away all fears, everything that creates fear and terror.
대다 디나 particular 칼라우요라나 네 탐치리 세와 송레.
So in particular, all sicknesses are cleared away. She clears away all sickness and disease.
다 네랍도 yes. 제가 나 인사다 가서 physical 나사도 라고요 사리. 다 내래 희제자 일라스 니요로. 이나 조 니게다 source of sickness 가 니킨 중공데 갈세나 되는 가서 뇽몬바. 안도 자케당 데모 힘바래 다 니티. 이 니트 소리테네 포르투갈 당기 컨티와나 이래다. 그러면 냠래치나 고야 당지티네. 아주투고로와 되는데네. 니기테네 뇽몬바. 안도 자케당 라서 베기테 니레테 타투그레스.
So then, when we talk about sickness, then a lot of us think of sickness as physically manifesting illness and disease. However, the source of all disease, it is taught, comes through afflictive emotions. And when we have attachment, aversion, ignorance, and so forth, these lead to the 3 imbalances of like wind, bile, phlegm, and so forth. And so all sicknesses and so forth are said to arise from ultimately afflictive emotions. And the root of all of that is self-clinging. And so in this sense, Tara protects from the fear of sickness that arises from that self-clinging.
that him body, that to okay, on tare, or tare, to tare, attore is the last word. That tella carsena, Tontam chin robas on that, Rantona carina do grace.
So then in Tara's mantra, we've covered the Om Tare, Tu Tare. And so then there's that Ture. And so then that Ture represents accomplishing all goals.
That tella carsenta, Yeva, the Uchina, the Yortene, Randon, Yan Robatan, Henon Yan Roba embrace.
So then in terms of goals, we have the goal of for ourselves to accomplish Buddhahood, liberation for ourselves, and then it also includes the goal for others, which is accomplishing the liberation, enlightenment of all others.
Getanti Lagdor, Randon, Archimba, Endon, Randon, Archimba, Endon, Hunjin Robas,
Rangdun,
Archimba,
Palchen, Paru, Chimpa,
Archim,
uh-huh,
and Hank Don,
Longidro.
Undo, Randon Tarchis, thank you, Nigeria, automatically, Shannon Tarchina, Randon, dropping your automatically. Undo, City, Undo, Senada, the automatically know the
So then there is a saying that when we sometimes it's the term in English is called perfect our own goal, or technically it's like reach the far side. So when we like cross the river and reach the far side of our own goal, so when we perfect our own goal, then the goal for others is said to be spontaneously accomplished, like automatically.
Tiganayita, Chatan Tiganaya, Randon, Montabin Robatella, near Captain Tartuni, only.
Rangdung Nekap Tang Tartu.
Near Captain Tartuni or this.
So then for our own goal, there is both a temporary aspect and then an ultimate aspect.
That Nekap la, Harisena, Jengemba, Barchi, Nata, Gange, and DJ Yonatini, still to grace.
So the temporary aspect of our goal is to temporarily clear away problems, difficulties, obstacles, sicknesses, and other obstructions. And so this is the temporary aspect of accomplishing our own goal.
That hanging also a cheek jabba, Jamon Boche Dantine, that his the story, the magic Jabando, that and Gashi Yung Dotini, Jingoni, something get a young and up at the accident of charter something, it makes on Taraji Labicablatini. Young makes on the Andon, accident Chamando say, I know that in a young door, or that in this on Rotini, Archie Sigiores.
So then,
Nekap Archiro.
this temporary Tara helping us temporarily works in the way of, like, for example, with the story of Kyapgon Chetsang Rinpoche, when he was crossing the mountains and came across that crevasse that he couldn't cross, but then he saw the woman who was a manifestation of Achichoki Droma. This was like a temporary helping Chetsang Rinpoche temporarily accomplish his goal. helping him be free of this obstacle. Also, sometimes ourselves, maybe even, and others. There's many stories of people when there might be an accident or something difficult or bad might happen, and we pray to Tara, close our eyes, or if we're driving, maybe we don't close our eyes, but we pray to Tara, and then the obstacle goes away, and in that instant, Tara helps us.
어다 티인데 제가 나이다 단다 가서 아치스나 따라 아치당 따라서 직관에 티인데 된다는 것도 다 particular 청첩ling 그다 뭐 참매게고 당다다 미유도지 다 망보요래 배나 차샤비나테네 당다 카리나레다 나 참랭가 쳤다 레카 야보라고 도세나 야 Achille Surva Jagiore, Tanga Hinebede, Lobdatazol examination for the Xila Pasture Latene, Jagiore, Gahina, da America la Visa, Rago Lamnetene, Achiso Giore, that Tendo, Doro, Tangasondo, and the Lowin around the Winayan, Chita, generally Catazo Lepic of Latene, Chick Nega Manglior, some Chick. Tali don't cut off Yunarawachi, Chochen Shubu Yunare. Chika dealing the government Kadina Kochi Achi so they were that tender Telayang that was someone can't talk with your days, Tenida Chatan Tanaha, or that no longer.
So, for example, those of us who train at Changchutling Monastery, or a lot of people connected with the Drupon tradition, when we are trying to accomplish something at work, we pray to Achi. When we have exams, examinations, and so forth, and want to do well on the exams, we pray to Achi.
Yep.
For people when they're trying to get a visa to another country like the US, for example, we pray to Achi, and Drupon himself he has prayed to Achi when trying to accomplish different goals, and when there's issues of applications to the government and so forth. Praying to Achi is something, or Tara and so forth, is something that can be very beneficial for all of these things.
Right, so also this count many ways, so if you're sick or some whatever the issues, so that's definitely we practice Tara. So benefit, and also this really points that Achi is become really popular, interesting too. So in the India, really is the not majority is not very Tukungaju, but this in Achis doesn't matter, there's Tukungaju or whatever it is. Everybody says something now can't become popular because there's something issues. Okay, go to the Tukungaju, go to Achi temple, Or somebody says, oh, I didn't get a visa. Oh, maybe no, this. So kind of really interesting. This is really the benefit, So they know. So now is the Achi temple coming like mornings 3 o'clock, almost 4 days. So what in the India, some Pantogores, what is all? So go yore, Pantogore, and the Yores. That's a temporary benefit.
So you should do that, and it really is beneficial. Praying in such a way, you can accomplish temporary benefit.
어떤 팀이 다 대가 나지 타투존 다 타투라 가르스나 베타라로이나 다라티야 고 상지에 때문에 다 주바 테니 차디요레 팀이 때문에 대가 나지다 칸도 탐치 중공대 네 다 따라 chagi yorwa tendu tela yang ko jik drama tela drama lamek tsu the drama yore yadam tsu the drama yore khandu tsu the drama yore tene dharma protector tsu the dara yore ta kanda kanyina ko khari ngo to ne tene pen to yore tindi indu tindi nyamla china ta tarto ti yang jik drama tela nyamla china ne sanje ko kompang to to ya rawata tindi yong yore es 이 상지 공방 톱니다. 단기 공시와 다 디스고 용도로서 이나요. 되네 지 단기라 임바 랑동 터치 시동 흔럽세요. 되네 eventually 인중으로서 됐습니다.
So then the ultimate goal that is accomplished, so when we were talking about this ture syllable or syllables, then it's accomplishing the ultimate goal is accomplishing Buddhahood. Tara is a manifestation of all the Buddhas, and so she is an emanation of all the Buddhas. She is the source of all the dakinis. She is the essence of all the Yidam deities. She also can be seen like Achi, like a Dharma protector. And so when we practice Tara in this way, we can reach the ultimate goal of Buddhahood. And so in this way, we accomplish this ultimate goal for ourselves. And so as it was said just earlier, when we reach the far side, when we perfect our own goal, then the goals of working for others, leading others to enlightenment, this is also spontaneously accomplished. So all of this is thus accomplished.
다 티누 옴타레 도레 세야기다 통나이사 다 타마디 당기 공슈가 나이르다 나 참메 기게라 소하 세야디 요레 다 소하 세야디 양 통나 몸부 뉴구여사레 다 단다양 테네 소하 세야기 통텔라 간디디레스나 인다 콘트 루메키베 다 페용 요바텔라 딘디징 드롭쇼 세야노지 카르타 나토지 카세보다 지 테러와 베나 차샤나 베나 gవర్нмент 오지 테네 이나레 야나 지 라마이나 지다 이겐도 오지 요 티치나 프루브로 차치네 사인 치야노 야메나 지 gवर्нмент 스탬 다 디그리 세야노 와다 딘디 다티 콘트 다릭 액티비티 다 탐지라 드롭 투 그레스 셰츠 데이터 거나 데니지 용거래 써야지 guarantee 나오지 대양 기도라 소하스 이제 거기 있어요.
So then the final syllables of the mantra, soha, as it's pronounced in Tibetan by Tibetans, or sometimes in a more Indian way it's said svaha. So this final syllable, these final syllables, soha or swaha, these essentially are like saying, may all these other, aspects of, in this case, Tara and her mantra, may all of these things be accomplished. May all these benefits be accomplished. So, for example, if we are praying to get a special government signature or stamp of approval, then the soha at the end is, saying, may this be guaranteed that, this goal is accomplished. Soha, may, we get that, this is guaranteeing the accomplishment of our prayer.
Yeah, it is like stem, stem, seal.
Seal.
Yes, seal.
Yeah, it's like the stamp.
So that means then okay, so there's no longer issues, right? So that means that the police thing.
Oh, so the soha is the stamp of approval on the rest of the prayers. It's like the approval stamp. Soha.
Right. Okay, I think that's it. So you have some questions or no?
So there's at least 21 taras, really infinite taras. But we usually learn and practice green tara and white tara, and maybe red tara a little bit, you know. Do all 21 taras have their own practice and their own mantra?
21 taras
Mhm.
is the kind of different action. So this protect, so show up to whatever the problems. So this kind of different emanation, so
For whatever's required.
required, so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
One to fix the car, one to.
right, maybe he become a mechanic. Who knows? Really is the so but the same emanation. But also, yeah, this not only like one like mind, so not like that. I think there's many emanations too.
Mhm.
So, but I think 21 Darais looks like we call it like Etpema Sambhavas, right?
Mhm.
So Etpema Sambhavas is was king of the activities.
Yeah.
So that time is what is Pema Jarbo or whatever, king of the Pema Sambhava. And the different name. And he subdued King Maras, then he's Ratford, So then, but kind of his action is different, but the Pema Sambhava. So 21 Dara is kind of, I think, similar.
Mhm.
At the same time, so I said that many emanations like White Dara, Green Dara, and Achi or Red Dara, or there's another Twanyama. So like all a lot of like female deities.
So what is the special quality of green in this case? Is there a special quality of green?
So particular, we call the white dara and green dara, right?
Mhm.
So Theravada, the Penangata, Warchi Tang, Ne Tang, Nasa Tata, Tangila Nagi, Di Sama Sia de la, green dara, Ridot, green dara. Tene men kereng do jirwa, ben tangi kong shua na yiri green dara de, zo karsana, ta kars obstacle wa, jik jik pa jitong chiro mongbo yori tina ni tam chi ram ni se ya ko. Te indu tila green dara cha di yorwa.
So, in particular, the special quality of Green Tara is that she clears away all fears and all obstacles. And in particular, as we mentioned earlier, she also clears away all sicknesses. So, we can, think of her as the one that clears away all obstacles and sicknesses and problems and fears. And, in an elaborate way, you can look up like the 8 great fears or the 16 fears and so forth. But essentially, she clears away obstacles and sickness.
All right, so this, I'm not sure exactly, but also maybe I think related. So, all the medicines, so like natural medicines is just plant, so green. So all medicine, so maybe they are related, right? And then white data is the long life. So the specific long life. So we have longevity deities. So like what for this Amidius and white data and what is
What's the third one?
Vishnesh Vijra, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nam Jarma. Mhm.
The hair like moon one?
Uh,
The hair like moon?
What's that?
Isn't there one that's like?
Color like blue.
No, I think the hidden is like rabbit.
Yes.
Yeah, that is one of the 21
Yeah.
towers.
Maybe there is some, yeah, I'm not sure.
That's cool.
I don't even know how to phrase this to you, but it's a judging mind, but it sometimes it just feels or it seems self-serving to pray to a deity or something like a good grade. An A on the, no, but is there anything that's really off limits to pray to a deity for?
Yeah, no limit,
No,
no limit. Because the reason, so that's a really good question. Okay, so the deities,
they don't judge.
all right, so we pray the deities, we practice the deities. So this always like 3 times, or 3 times means, you know, past, what is past, present, future is possible. Positive. Because you pray to the whatever deity, right? Even though you say, okay, I have a problem, you pray. But this goes to the positive things, that never goes to negative.
Oh.
So if you enlightened, how much you benefit sentient beings. So Terawa, personally, Penang, sometimes some do ngadi job go do love not sub clinging do child of some you are teaching maris. Not a hala surva tamna. Person bring the right path always. Tin tell kasit tamna, kasit teba, yichi korantak money, that money chin yichi bido, hard that chick day, tak, but rely on 100%. Tinichina the Kaduina, that tell a coaching man round over the young, stop clinging and start charging maris. One opposite is go. How much in a danzy hill or tinitati coaching the yichia down Cotella, Sobatayate, do Namian negative charging maris.
So one of the great benefits of praying to deities like Tara and so forth is when we, even if we, you know, pray like, oh, protect me, to the degree that we do this, this will always be beneficial when we pray to the deities. To the degree that we have faith and confidence in, you know, the blessing power of Tara in this case, or another deity, to the degree that we rely on the deities and Buddhas and so forth, this lessens our self-clinging through relying on the Buddhas and the deities, and so it always, you know, brings us onto the right path. It's not like other methods and so forth. There is this, you know, the more that we open up to the deities and the Buddhas, it's always beneficial in this way.
Right, yeah, the all time. So also this is whatever we have issues, you know, so is subclinging or like a source of three poisons. So that's sure, you know, ignorance, so on. So we do the prayer, practice, and faith, so they clear up or three poisons. They clean up root, like, so not like a temporary painkiller, not like that, you know, so just they uproot the sickness or uproot the issues. So
They address the cause, not the
right,
symptom.
yeah.
So I find my mind goes automatically to white Tara. I guess because of Archie and Fisher. So when, for example, if you're passing on and the mind automatically goes to white Tara, Rocky, let's say, you know, if you're going to the Bardo rather than Amitabha or whatever, it doesn't matter which day.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah, of course, this is all the deities reality same. So, but the main thing is, so yes, you can practice White Dharma, that's fine. You're connected, karmic. That's why all kind of different deities show up, but reality is no different deities. This same. But individually, people are different, or I need long life, or I have sick, or I have obstacles. And so that's kind of the day, whatever this Buddha's bodhisattva's compassion. Okay, if you say, maybe you practice medicine Buddha, but probably no different. You practice medicine Buddha or you practice getting Dara is ultimately same, but you can say, oh, if you say you just practice getting Dara, then you cannot focus. Oh, he's not really medicine Buddha, he's just removed obstacles. So kind of like individually able to practice, like you said, oh, I just really connect to White Dara. So that's okay. So that's why the different deities. So same time is shouldn't thinking about this is better than that one. So that you don't. But whatever you want to practice, what the practice. But we don't thinking about, oh, maybe these other deities better, or other deities maybe less, or that's no, you cannot judge, But yeah, that's one. Yeah, really, it's awesome.
So maybe the people in Zoom, you can unmute yourself and ask a question if you'd like. I don't think they can hear me though.
The other people in Zoom, if you would like to ask a question, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away.
So you can hear all of them.
Okay, so if you have no questions, then we short dedication. So if you have more questions, that's okay.